Hi everyone, my name is Robert Blais. I'm a singer-songwriter-producer. I put together this video to demonstrate the scales of music. So I'm going to be taking you through several compositions that I made, demonstrating how each of the scales sounds in its own way. I hope you enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So we'll start off with the major pentatonic. To me, the scale sounds very peaceful and relaxing. There's the minor pentatonic, which is kind of like the major, except it's more kind of a down feeling than the major. Now I'm going to touch on every mode of the major scale. So first off, we have the Aeolian, which is also known as the minor scale. This is a very popular scale in Western music, and it's used to depict feelings of sadness often, and yeah, it's a pretty good sounding scale. Next off, we have the Ionian, also known as the major scale. This scale is a pretty happy scale and very high energy sounding music. It must be the most popular scale out there, most widely used. Then we have the Dorian scale, which is just another mode of the major scale. And the Locrian scale has been seen upon as the darker mode of the major scale. Then we have the Lydian, which is kind of a dreamy sort of sounding mode. I like this one. I've used it quite a few times in my compositions. Then we have the Mixolydian scale, which is very similar to the major scale, but with one slight difference around the end of the scale. And of course, we have the Phrygian scale, which is the final mode in the modes of the major scale. So there you have it. I walked through some modes and a couple scales at the beginning. I guess now's a good time to say that, like I mentioned before, I'm a singer-songwriter and producer. I've actually written and recorded over 1,000 songs now. Each one of these compositions is sort of like a starting point for a song. You know, like I usually come up with a chord progression and then add a melody to it, much like how these compositions are. So, I tried to pick the most popular scales out there, or the ones that I've used to listen to growing up and stuff. There's a few more scales to go through. So we'll go through those scales and hopefully you get something out of it. All right. And then we move on to a few more scales that are used. We have the harmonic major, which is kind of like another dreamy sort of fantasy sounding scale. I don't know if it's widely used or not, but it's definitely one of its kind. And we have the harmonic minor scale, which is kind of a dark sounding minor scale. I've used it a few times. It's not my favorite scale, but it does have a purpose anyway. And we have the melodic minor scale, which is kind of a peculiar scale. It has a distinct sound to it that the other scales do not. I always seem to associate this one with robots for some reason. Then we have the blues scale, which is very, very popular in our music. Personally, I don't use this scale very much, but there's a lot of blues musicians out there. And we have the Byzantine scale, which is one of the darker scales, not very widely used. It sort of sounds like Egyptian style music, and but it's very mysterious and can provoke some pretty distinct feelings. And finally, we have the diminished scale, which is kind of a dark sounding scale. Could be associated with evil and things like that. And we have the augmented scale, which is kind of an enigma sounding scale. I don't use this one quite often, but it is there. So there you have it. Those to me are the most important scales in our music today. I hope you enjoyed the samples, and maybe this will help you in some way in the future. All right. So everybody, I wish you a great day, and thank you for watching.